The A's just keep hanging around, don't they? A gritty win in Chicago tonight. Today on Locked On A's.
You are Locked On A's, your daily podcast on the Athletics, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Welcome to the Locked On A's podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. I am your host, Booney, one name, all passion. Thank you for making Locked On A's your first listen of the day. I'm from the Bay Area, and I've been a diehard A's fan since 1981. This isn't just another A's podcast. This is the most informative and insightful show on the A's, period. We cover the A's every single day, breaking down games, delivering the latest team news, and giving you deep, thoughtful analysis you will not find anywhere else. If it's happening in Sacramento or in Vegas, we have got you covered. We are free and available wherever you get your podcasts, including YouTube. And please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button wherever you are following the show. Today's episode is brought to you in part by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. 2 straight wins in Chicago. And while it wasn't the cleanest baseball you will ever see, it was the kind of win that good teams find a way to get done. Tonight had a little bit of everything: clutch hitting, solid pitching, and a bullpen that somehow, some way managed to hold it down together until the 9th, when the Grim Reaper, known as Mason Miller, slammed the door. We've got to talk about JJ Bleday. The guy came into this one ice cold, but tonight he looked like a dude on a mission. 3 hits, a double, a game-tying RBI, and one of the best catches you'll see all week, saving 2 runs in center field. That's the kind of all-around performance that can spark a turnaround both for Bleday and for a team that refuses to go quietly. Plus, how about Gio Urshela out of nowhere with the swing that changed the game? We'll also dig into Osvaldo Bido's outing. Calm, composed, exactly what you needed from your starter, and break down how the bullpen managed to keep the Sox off the board despite some high wire moments. And yeah, we're talking Mason Miller again, because how can you not? Stick around. This is Locked On A's, where we just don't recap wins. We celebrate the fight. And to do it with me, your favorite KP. KP!
What's going on?
Great win, bud. Great
that was
win.
a big one. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one. They're always nice to get. And we kind of both called it yesterday with regard to Bido. His numbers look great, but he was always kind of walking that fine line, and he did that again tonight.
4 starts, 5 innings apiece. He almost got to 6 tonight.
5 and a third. Yeah, just about 5 and a third. Yeah, no, 5 and 2/3.
5 and 2/3. Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely. On 83 pitches, they only took him out because he was about to face the lineup for a 3rd time. But he could have gone. He could have at least completed the 6th and maybe a 7th. That 4th inning, he got out in 8 pitches. That's what you got to see from him. No strikeouts, but also 1 walk. That's the difference for him.
Yeah. On that move to take him out, I wasn't sure. I mean, I understand what Katse was doing. The lefty was coming up. When he went to McFarland, they pinch hit. Michael Young hit an absolute gapper, hit a shot. And then another righty came up. He ended up retiring him, but that ball was hit hard as well. They both did their best to to give this one away. But let's go backwards a little bit. Yeah, it started off slow for the A's. They had runners in scoring position in the 1st, in the 2nd, in the 4th. We had a leadoff double by Bleday. We couldn't get him home. I don't know about you. I don't know if you listen to the broadcast. This Canvar and Braden are driving me nuts.
Yeah, 100%.
And let me tell you, on that, I don't know if you understood. I'm sure you understood what was going on when on Andahar getting hit by the pitch.
Yeah.
The reason why he didn't want to take it.
100%.
Okay, thank you. I kept listening to him like, what's he doing? He wants to just drive it. No, we want nobody out. a runner at third rather than first and second.
Wants to drive the runner in, right?
From third instead of first and second with no outs. It's just they were absolutely, I could get away with some of the lack of the knowledge, how they say it and in their terms and how, but their just strict lack of baseball knowledge sometimes drives me nuts. And coming from Dallas Braden as well, that bothered me for like 3 innings because they not only harped on it when and Ahar's at bat, they harped on it again the next time he came up. And I don't know why I'm going.
It's because a lot of their broadcasts is like friendship talk. Like I get that they're friends and stuff like that. I always love Braden. We need the energy, but like that's when we need. I don't know. I personally just miss Catronio a lot. Yeah. He was solid. He knew when to talk like the game and when to add the color of the stories and have the banter. That was a good opportunity to provide some context because for someone that doesn't know better, it'd be helpful.
Exactly. I thought it was a real heads up play by Andahar to do that.
Yeah.
As far as I thought it was a smart baseball play, and they were almost acting like, lost you again, KP. Got you back.
Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
All right, cool.
I thought that was a big-time heads-up play by Andahar by not, selling that he wasn't hit by the ball. So like I said, because Bleday took third on the wild pitch, and I'd rather have a situation where it's no outs, a runner on third, rather than no outs first and second. With the bottom of the order coming up. Regardless, we didn't score, but my point being for them just to kind of make a joke of it and ha, and it continued to linger on was one of the things that extremely bothered me.
I was blown away that that there was even back and forth between Andujar and the umpire about it. Usually it's plain as day, hit or not hit. You know what I'm saying? And it was kind of like, okay, he was hit, take your base, you were hit, right? And he was like, no, I wasn't hit. Right? Like that was even peculiar. Usually there's not a democratic discussion about it.
Yeah, unless he thought it was 50-50 or whatever. Yeah. Anyway, but one of the biggest plays of the game was Bleday's catch in center field off Brooks Baldwin. Brooks Baldwin, first time up, hit a bomb to right field. Actually, when I had the host of Locked On White Sox, I was worried about Brooks Baldwin, and he didn't play yesterday. It was his first game tonight, and first time at bat, bomb. Second time at bat, there was runners on, and Bleday made a hell of a catch in center field to stop multiple runs from scoring already in a 1-0 game where it seemed like it was pulling teeth to try to score.
So is this Brooks Baldwin kid one of their highly touted
prospects? Yeah, he played last year.
He can swing it. He can swing it for sure.
And he's fast. He can move. Yeah, he's good.
Athlete.
Yeah, he's an athlete. He was really good. But yeah, so it was like I said, it was like pulling teeth to score runs, and we got home in the sixth. And of course, who led that off was Tyler Soderstrom with just a great at bat, right? Nice little soft line drive hit to left field. Langoliers popped out, I believe it was. No, he grounded into a fielder's choice. That was another key play. Soderstrom was running on the pitch. Remember that?
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would have been a double play ball.
Yeah.
And then Bleday, just a nice piece of hitting all day, all night. He did a great job. And all of a sudden, with 2 outs, 2 runners on, because then the next Urias got out, and then it was.
This is the 6th inning.
Yeah, this is the 6th inning. I'll tell you exactly what happened. I got it.
Urias flied out.
So we're 2 outs. Yeah, 2 outs. We had Soderstrom already scored. Make it 1. Andahar walked. So we had first and second, 2 outs, and Urshela clutch hit.
With the go-ahead runs.
Absolutely. To make it 3-1, man. I mean, what a huge piece of hitting. That's 2 nights in a row that Urshela's done it. And believe it or not, that's his only 2 hits of the series. He's 2 of 7. But he has 3 RBIs with a double and a triple and both big hits.
Very timely. Yeah, very timely.
He played good defense too.
100%.
He's been playing really, really good defense at third base too. Made some nice plays yesterday. Made a nice play tonight as well. So, yeah, I mean, it's games we got to get, and we definitely did that. But the bullpen, your boy Leclerc, what's going on?
Oh my goodness! At what point do we start with we hit the panic button? At what point do we like?
It's hit, man. It's hit. It's
hit. Because this is like his 4th outing now, and none of his outings have been clean. Right? He's had a lot of traffic. He's gotten hit really hard, and he's walking batters. We're gonna need him. He's just making too much money to not use him. We got to get him up. This was a good spot with Chicago, but we got to get him going.
Here's his outings against the Met in the Met series: 2 2/3, 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned. In the Padres series, 1 inning, 2 hits, no runs. Believe it or not. In the Colorado series, 1 inning, 2 hits, 1 run. In the Cubs series, 1 1/3, 2 hits, no runs. In the Seattle series, 1/3 of an inning, 2 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned. So yeah, every series.
Yeah, no, that's starting to become a little concerning because he's only getting an inning, right? Tops. And to give away 2 and 3 hits in a single inning is like, come on, what are we doing? And then he has a walk in there. Typically,
I mean,
we don't want this to snowball. We don't want this to snowball. He's supposed to be a veteran. Like he's supposed to be a guy that could potentially also be a closer, right? For those games where we don't want to use Mason Miller, and he's turning out to not be an option for that, like a high leverage relief pitcher at all.
And we have a guy in AAA and Grant Holman who has gone 8 1/3 innings so far. He's allowed 1 hit, no walks. He struck out 10, no runs. I mean, he's been lights out. We can't bring him up because Leclerc's there, and Leclerc's not going anywhere either. With the money he's making, he's not going anywhere. And McFarland's been really bad too.
He's looking a little bit shaky. Even that that first relief inning when he came in there, like you were mentioning, he gave up the hard contact on a couple straight batters, and we got out of it. But those could have ended up very different.
Yeah. Our relievers right now are really, really good or really bad. You know, we have their solid ones. You have Miller, you have Sterner, you have Ferguson, even Murdoch's hit or miss. You know, you get him on some great outings or not. Same thing with Spence, kind of has his role. But that's basically it, man.
It's not what you want for a reliever. The reliever is when you want to shore things up, shorten the game up a lot. Like we need someone that we can rely on because, you know, if this continues later in the season, we're talking about losses that should have been wins. And we had too many of those, upwards of 20 of those losses last year where it was 1 run, a game that we should have won. We had the lead late, and that's painful. That's really just going to make the difference in our record. You know what I mean?
Yeah, luckily we've only had 1 so far this year in Seattle. The opening night, and other than that, we've been okay. But I mean, it's gotten scary. But there wasn't anything we've really blown. There isn't anything we've really stolen either. But yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do with Leclerc. I don't know what the story is. I'm sure it's on their mind. If it's on our minds, it's on the coach's mind because that's definitely a concern.
It's one of those things too where it's like maybe you just have to move him down. Maybe he comes in to pitch the 6. You find some spots that are like more low leverage against teams like the White Sox and other teams that aren't as dangerous where he could pitch and get his confidence back because his stuff is there. His velo's not even down. He's just
so who do we go with tonight though? Like for example, in that situation, you got Ferguson for the 8th. Sterner pitched 23 pitches yesterday. Or how many did he pitch yesterday? I think Sterner would have been okay. I just don't think he wanted to. He went 16 pitches yesterday. I just don't think he wanted to go back to back. So, like, who do you go with? Murdoch, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Murdoch's. You know what I mean? That's seventh. That's where Ohtani is. When Ohtani comes back.
What's the outlook on Ohtani, by the way?
It's a good question. I don't know. I don't know exactly. I haven't heard. He was put on the 15-day DL. It's been a while now. I don't know when they anticipate him coming back. I think it might be in the last I heard. I want to say it was like mid-May.
Depending on what he's down with, too, you know. Those days can be just preliminary. Like, let's say it's a hamstring. They're going to tell you 10 days at first. But when it hits 10 days, it's going to get extended to like a 60-day DL if it's bad enough. So, like, I hope it's not like an elbow or something for a pitcher.
Yeah. That's what I heard. I heard mid-May. But, again, that's, you know.
What do you think the biggest challenge is? Is it 7th, 8th, 6th inning? What do you think the biggest challenge is right now that's hardest to get through for us?
I mean, so right now, if we're going in a game where we have to have, it's I like our 7th and 8th inning guy. I mean, I think that's pretty glued in, right? You have Sterner and Ferguson in the 7th and 8th. Got Miller in the 9th.
So really the challenge is turning the game over. Like a high leverage situation, you have base runners on, right? You need a reliever to come in here, close that inning out, and get us to the back of the bullpen.
Yeah, I think eventually it's going to be that. I think what Kotsay's still doing is still trying to give Leclerc a shot, right?
Yeah.
It all comes with how much they're paying him. This is what this is all about, right? Yeah. Because if you're not paying him that salary, then it's like, hey, whatever, whoever the best is. But you're putting in an investment into a player. You know, you want him to be that guy. So he's going to get every chance possible. I want him to be that guy. We need him to. So I think that was the deal tonight. But eventually, I think it's going to be like yesterday when Sterner pitched. That would kind of go to Leclerc. It's a lower leverage thing. But I don't know. You know, a lot of these pitchers now are going 5 innings with how many pitches they're throwing, right?
Yeah, you're really going to need to lean on your bullpen. I know Leclerc had some issues last year in Texas, too. Yeah. And I wanted to believe that was just that year. You know how fickle relievers can be from year to year. But, you know, hey, maybe like if he's going to pitch poorly, we'd rather him get it out now so we can go on a win streak later. But I don't know. He doesn't look good. He doesn't look like he knows where he wants to go.
No, it doesn't have a whole lot of confidence. Hopefully it'll come. I'm hoping it comes. It's early. It's early still. And then also the other concern is a left-hander, right? We don't have a left-hander in the bullpen. We really don't have a left-hander in the bullpen. I mean,
it's crazy too because if we acquire one, this is what I was thinking about after we spoke the other day. We acquire one, then we have to take a righty out.
So we have some ones in AAA right now that are pretty damn good. You know, we have Matt Crook, we have Ben Bowden, both like combined are like 16 innings, no runs, just a handful of hits.
It also means something in the PCL league that they're doing that. That's great. But I mean, like we have to take someone out of.
It would be a situation where they would waive McFarland.
Ooh, I don't know if I'm comfortable doing that. Are you?
What else are you going to do? What's the other option?
He's been pretty. He's been kind of a staple for the last. I guess this is year number 2.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't been a staple this year. But my point is what decision would you make? So let's say like, okay, Ohtani comes back, right? Who's going to be your odd man out? Here's your choices. You got Ohtani. Holman's going to be the next guy. Grant, I mean, he's I don't know what they do. So you got right now. Here's your bullpen. Jason Alexander is going to go down, right? We know that. Okay, so Jason Alexander is a right-hander, so he'll probably go down for maybe a lefty, or when Ohtani comes back. Let's just use that since it's righty. Now you got one more spot open for a lefty, maybe a Holman or a Noah Murdoch, or I don't know, Mitch Spence. I don't know. I mean, it has to be somebody.
It has to be somebody. Yeah, you're right. We are so right heavy in the bullpen right now.
We don't. All we have is
Can't match up.
We can't match up. We can't match up, man. We can't match up. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Did you know your Fire TV is also an Xbox? Turn any TV into your gaming and entertainment hub with Fire TV Stick 4K devices. No console required. Just grab your paired control, subscribe, or sign in to Xbox Pass Ultimate with EA Play included, and you are ready to play. Dive into hundreds of premium titles from EA Sports College Football 2025 to Call of Duty, Black Ops 6, and Avowed as easily as you stream your favorite shows. It's gaming made simple, and it's all on your Fire TV with Wi-Fi 6/6E at auto low latency mode, advanced technology. Fire TV Stick 4K delivers smoother, more responsive gameplay with lightning fast speeds you need to stay competitive. With 4K streaming, watch more than 1.5 million movies and TV episodes from your favorite subscribed services like Netflix, Prime Video, Disney Plus, Max, and more. Play high-quality Xbox games at a fraction of the cost of a console. Already have a console? A Fire TV Stick 4K device is more affordable and easier to travel with, allowing you to take your games wherever you plug in. Head to Amazon.com/Fire TV Locked On to get started. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscription and compatible controller required. Available on select devices, including Fire TV Stick 4K 2nd Gen, Fire TV Stick 4K Max 1st and 2nd Gen, and Fire TV Cube 3rd Gen. There's nothing better than catching an MLB game live, the crack of the bat, the roar of the crowd, and the smell of ballpark food. And if you are looking to go last minute, Game Time makes getting tickets easier than ever with last minute deals, all-in pricing, and a lowest price guarantee. Game Time takes the stress out of buying MLB tickets. Plus, ticket prices drop as game time gets closer, meaning you can score an incredible deal. Game Time is the official ticketing partner of Locked On A's, and as the Rangers are coming into town next week, I can count on them to help grab tickets that meet my needs. I recently grabbed last-minute tickets for a game, and Game Time had unbeatable prices, which meant more money for food and merchandise. This makes finding the best deals effortless. It filters out the fluff and highlights the top discounts in the stadium. I love that I can preview my exact seat before purchasing. No bad surprises when I get to the stadium. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. What'd you think of moving on to Bido? What'd you think of his outing, and what do you talked about him a little bit earlier? 5 2/3. He only had one walk. He didn't strike out. It was an unusual type of Bido outing. He got hit hard a little bit.
There was an article that came out and it was saying Bido mastered the blueprint for how you pitch at Sutter Health Park. And instead of going for the strikeouts, just induce poor contact, pretty much is the name of the game. And now while Bido only throws about 92, he doesn't have a lot of stuff, but he tunnels all his pitches in a way where his slider, his cutter, and his fastball all come out the same slot. They look the same way. So he's keeping hitters off balance. He had an 8-pitch fourth inning tonight that I think was like ideal tonight. He got through the 5.2 with 83 pitches. So like he's becoming more efficient. I think he's almost better if he's not striking people out and he's not walking, because it means they're hitting the ball on the ground. They're popping up. They're popping on foul territory. I think he looked excellent tonight. And to see 4 outings in a row where he gets to 5 innings and he gets to 5.2 tonight, I think is special. I think that breakout year last year is here to stay. I think he's becoming the pitcher that he was supposed to be.
Okay. So right now, I do think I'm on board with your guy, Ginn. Ginn looked just different that last start. against the Mets, and he shows some of those signs in spring training. We'll see. He's going to open up on Friday against the Brewers, which is going to be a challenge. And if he could follow the Mets start up with a solid start against a team like the Brewers, we got something pretty solid there. And then I'm pretty comfortable with 1, 2, and 3. I mean, they're going to be set in stone no matter what, as far as Sears, Severino, Springs, depending on what order you want to put them in. I'm real comfortable there. The bullpen is a little shaky and hitting. I mean, there were 3 guys in our lineup tonight that were hitting before the game that were hitting under 200, right? Muncy, Bleday, and Urshela. And that's a concern. And Rooker is still in the low 200s. He's swinging it a little bit better. So with that being said, I mean, 8-10 with losing, 7 or 9 games to 3 of the best teams in baseball, I think we're in okay shape right now.
Yeah. You figure it's so early in the year, these numbers get really wonky, where you go 4 for 5, you go 3 for 6, you go 4 for 10, and your average is suddenly 276. Right,
Yeah,
and not
right.
So it's like the law of averages hasn't played out enough yet. You
Yeah.
want to get ahead of it, but they could easily turn these things around, which I think that they will. So like I'm not too worried about that. Bleday will find his way.
Yeah.
He's a slow starter, but he also had a 3-hit game at home as well.
Yeah.
And so we just need to see the consistency out of him. And I think when we'll know that he's arrived is when he starts driving the ball to the gaps.
Yeah.
Right? He can be very who's our favorite second baseman? Jed Lowry-ish. He can be very Jed Lowry-ish when he's seeing the ball well, driving the ball to the gaps. When he starts doing that, then I'll know that he's here.
What's interesting what you're saying, like Urias, who I like that start tonight. I like giving Wilson a day off. He came into the game 308, went 0 for 4, is 235 now.
See? That's crazy. See? That's crazy.
That's funny. That's funny. Basketball and hockey playoffs are heating up, and there's no better way to turn your sports knowledge into real rewards with PrizePicks. The easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy. With PrizePicks, you simply pick more or less on at least 2 player projections, and you are in. You can even combine players across sports, basketball, hockey, baseball, and more for your chance to win up to 2,000 times your cash. Here's what I'm picking this week, and I'm going to stay with the theme. Lawrence Butler over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs, and JP Sears over in strikeouts. What I love is how easy it is to set up your lineup in under 60 seconds. PrizePicks even runs cool promos like Taco Tuesday, where they discount player projections up to 25% for even more value. And payouts are fast, safe, and secure. Download the app today and use code LOCKEDONMLB to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code LOCKEDONMLB to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, run your game. Let's get to the series finale, Game 3. It is a matinee. JP Sears going on the bump for the A's versus Davis Martin. Davis Martin, 2018, 14th round pick out of Texas Tech by the Chicago White Sox, is making his 4th start tomorrow. He's been all right so far. He pitched in the opening series against the Angels, 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs. Pitched in Detroit in April 5th. He got hit around a little bit. 5 innings, 9 hits, 7 runs. But his last start, just a few days ago against the Red Sox, 6 innings, 1 run, 6 hits. He was good, real good. So, 4-seam guy, throws it most of the time. 4-seam, changeup, cutter. shoots it around 92, 93 miles per hour. And then the A's are counting who is my favorite pitcher, who I think is the ace of the staff is JP Sears. He hasn't really been that guy yet. 4.24 ERA, 17 innings pitched, 17 strikeouts, 17 strikeouts, 3 walks, 16 strikeouts, 17 hits and 17 innings. But usually when we need him, he's answered the bell. We're going up against a righty. I think with Andahar being back-to-back, I'm almost positive that Seth Brown will be in the lineup.
JP Sears is steady. He's our rock of our starters, right? He's our innings eater, at least before we got Severino. He on paper, at least, Martin and Sears look identical, right? The records are identical, even though that doesn't mean much. Their ERA is identical.
Yeah, identical.
For the innings, they're 2 hits apart on as far as hits allowed. Martin has 2 more. Sears strikes out more batters. Martin walks 2 more, and Sears is giving up 1 more homer. So on paper, they line up pretty equally. I'm liking us against Martin's 4-seam fastball and cutter action, just the way our hitters swing the bat. But I mean, I bet you he's going to be a bulldog. I think Sears is going to come out tomorrow and do his thing. He's going to give you 5 innings, 5.5, maybe 6, depending on how he's cruising, and induce soft contact. So that's what I'm expecting tomorrow. Brown's definitely in the lineup tomorrow, right? We were talking about who was going to play today, and they kind of had us both full. I thought Brown was going to get in there and left. DH Rook. You called Urias, but we didn't know Wilson was going to get a day off once he was going to play short. Brown's got to get a start in here. It's been a few days. So, yeah.
I hope he gets hot. He got hot in the second half last year. In the first half, he was terrible. They sent him down. He came back in the second half and was on fire. And he had some games where he was just absolutely just going ballistic.
3 for 5 like every other day.
Yeah, gap shots, hitting the ball hard, homers. Yeah, 100%. He was something. I hope that comes back tomorrow. It's going to be a little warmer tomorrow in Chicago, about 61 degrees, day game. So, like I said the other day, one day at a time right now. I don't think we need to be thinking sweep. Just try to play good baseball and see what happens. And then of course the Milwaukee series is brutal. That's not going to be easy.
It'd be nice to get a sweep coming out of here because we have some tough teams coming up. So we want to get a win everywhere where we can seriously get a win because Milwaukee is going to be tough. But you know what? We're kind of road runners right now. Like we're tough on the road. I think they're more comfortable on the road.
Yeah, for sure.
We're a younger team than we've been in the past few years, so I think that they feel that camaraderie. I think there's something to us being on the road. I'm hoping there's something to that. And the Brewers aren't going to kill you with the long ball, but they'll kill you, but they'll be death by 1,000 cuts. Like they will hit and hit and hit again.
Yeah. Here's the Rangers beat the Angels today for the second straight night. Mariners beat the Reds to tie that series at 1, and the Cardinals beat the Astros to win that series 2 out of 3. So right now in the AL West, Rangers are 1.5 games up on the Angels, 2 games up on the Mariners, 3 games up on the Astros and the Athletics. Here's the wild card. It's never too early to check this stuff out. But
the wild card already.
Yeah, 100%. Out of the wild card, we're 1.5 games out. From the Guardians. So a lot of baseball left. Obviously, we're 1.5 games out. Considering the start we've had hasn't been the best. Hitters aren't hitting. We're okay. Just we want to stay around average. We want to stay around average.
We want to
pick our shot.
Yep.
And we still got to get. You're right. We still got to get Geloff back. We still got to.
Rooker hasn't gotten going yet, and we haven't seen I know we homered as a team for the first 12 games, but no one individual has. We haven't seen the power that I think that the A's possess yet. Right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of power in there between Butler, Rooker, Soderstrom, Langolier. So I'm anticipating a little bit more pop too.
And Butler's quietly back up to 288.
He is.
So yeah, he's back to 288. He had 2 stolen bases tonight. Here's the thing: I want to see the A's run a little bit more. We have 5 stolen bases on the whole year, and that's including Butler's 2 stolen bases tonight. So I would like to see that, but
we don't hit and run enough.
No, we don't. No, we don't. No, we don't.
Yeah,
we don't do a lot of things. We don't do a lot of things on the bases.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah,
we play it straight.
Give me some predictions for tomorrow.
Tomorrow, I'm thinking that Rooker goes yard tomorrow. Okay, I'm thinking Rooker goes yard tomorrow, and I think that JP Sears has a quality start tomorrow. 6 innings, no more than 3 runs. I'm thinking 2.
Give me a final score.
Final score tomorrow. It's a day game. We're gonna see some more runs. It's been kind of quiet. I'm going 6-4. 6-4 A's.
Okay, I like it. Get the Grim Reaper to close it down again in the 9th.
Exactly. We gotta get it back to back.
I love it. KP, thank you, brother. We'll see what happens, my friend.
Absolutely. Thanks, buddy. Take care.
Thank you for making Locked On A's your first listen today. For your second listen, check out the all-new Locked On MLB Game Night. Every game, every night, all season long. Get local analysis on a national scale. Find MLB Game Night on Locked On MLB, on YouTube, or wherever you listen to your podcasts.